Today is Wednesday, February the 4th, 2026, and it is currently 8 p.m. at nighttime, and I have a lot of work to do. We have Valentine's Day coming up around the corner in about 2 weeks or so, and I've had a lot of orders for bouquets come in overnight. So today we're going to be wrapping and packing a bunch of bouquets for me to ship out tomorrow. This is my third YouTube vlog ever, and I'm currently at 389 subscribers, which is really exciting. If you're new here, I post a lot on Instagram and TikTok, but this is my first time starting YouTube and I'm in my beginning stages. For a little bit of background, I've been making pipe cleaner flowers for a year now. I didn't create or start a website until about 6 months ago, I think. I'm still fairly new to this. Come see my process on how I do things behind the scenes. First, I want to show you guys how I have my little flower station set up where I build my bouquets. So this is my upper living room, and I have a bunch of pre-made flowers already in different colors. When I get a bouquet order, if it's made out of flowers that I already have, I just need to take them and put them into some styrofoam bases like I've done here. If the flowers aren't prepped, then I just have to do it from scratch. Here are some bouquets that I already have ready to go, and I'm just going to go ahead and wrap them now. I like to just use recycled styrofoam to put my bouquets in. I just stick them all in here and then I wrap them in. So just to show you guys, this is my workspace. This is where I have some of my pipe cleaners, and then here's where I have my wrapping paper, and I'm going to be wrapping all of my bouquets on this table. For my first bouquet order, I have this pink assorted bouquet which has lilies, tulips, some leaves, and some little daisies. This was actually one of my first bouquet designs. It's actually not a part of my Valentine's Day collection, so it's really nice to make one of these again. I have my pre-cut floral paper here. This is just called Korean floral wrapping paper. It comes in a big sheet, and I cut it into 4/4 for my bouquets. So I have a bunch of those pre-cut on the side here, and I have some ribbon. I think I said this in my very first vlog, but wrapping bouquets is actually one of the hardest parts for me, just because floral wrapping paper isn't really forgiving, so if you bend it in the wrong place and it gets crumpled, it's kind of hard to fix and you just sort of have to start all over. So I've been putting off wrapping these bouquets today, which is why I'm working so late. It's 8 p.m. at night, and luckily I don't work tomorrow, so I can stay up a little bit late. I've been dreading doing this all day, so hopefully this goes okay. I feel like I do a very simple style of bouquet wrapping. Some people do it very grand with tons and tons of paper and all this tissue and everything, but I keep it pretty simple just because I feel like it's still just as beautiful when I do it simply. Sometimes I feel like using a whole ton of paper can be a little bit wasteful. I was a bit nervous for how Valentine's Day would go this year because I actually created my Instagram account around this time last year, right before Valentine's Day, and so I was getting a lot of support from friends and family, and it was a new thing that people weren't seeing very often, so I feel like I had perfect timing with my launch, and a lot of people were supporting me by buying bouquets. I was selling my bouquets for like $30 a bouquet no matter what size back then, which was not really profiting me very much, but I just wanted to get my work out there as much as I could possible, and I wanted to get as much practice as possible, so I was taking any custom orders, whatever color you want. I would order the pipe cleaners if I didn't have the colors. I would try any flowers. I was doing as much as I could. This year, my prices are different, and I decided to only do a set amount of bouquets. I released a few different types of bouquets, and then that was it. I can do custom colors, but if you ask for a custom flower that I've never done before, I've been turning those down just because it takes me a while to learn how to make new flowers, and I just feel like I don't really have the capacity right now to be trying all different types of flowers for custom bouquets. Luckily, a lot of people like the bouquets that I released already. I did a grand tulip bouquet, I did roses, of course, and then I also did an assorted bouquet, which is this one, which has a few different types. Those have been doing really well, so I'm very happy with how I I planned out my Valentine's Day season this year. Another thing that's pretty different between this year and last year is I do shipping now. When I started last year, I didn't know how to ship flowers, and I didn't think that people would be willing to pay for the shipping, because shipping would be almost the cost of my bouquet, so I thought it was ridiculous. I got a few orders in Toronto. I live in like the Waterloo-Kitchener region, which is about an hour outside of Toronto. I just decided to drive and deliver them myself because I really wanted to get my flowers to them. Just remembering my beginning stages and how eager I was to get those sales and how happy I was that people were willing to buy my flowers all the way in Toronto. It makes me happy thinking about how far I've come, and now I'm able to ship to Toronto. I don't know how many of you are actually hoping to learn about pipe cleaner flowers, or if you're just other small business owners watching my video as background noise, which is what I love to do. You're hoping to learn. This is floral tissue paper. It comes in a big roll, and I just cut it down into these little cubes, and I use these to cover this little styrofoam part with the stems. Maybe I'll get an up-close clip of me doing this. So I will just fold it on a diagonal like this and go back and forth like this. And then I just tape it here, and it nicely covers up that stem part. And then I'll just secure it with a little bit of tape. And I'll do 2 pieces to cover the whole styrofoam part. I have been having so much fun doing YouTube lately. I feel like I can talk a lot more and show my personality, and it's not like a quick 1-minute video on Instagram, so I've actually been prioritizing it a bit more than I expected to. It's so sweet. My mom, she loves watching YouTube, so I'll come home and she'll be playing my videos in the background and on the TV and on her phone, and all I hear is my voice all over the house. She's just trying to get my view count up and my watch hours up so that I can get monetized, which I don't expect to happen for a very long time, but I think it's the sweetest thing. And she's been sending my videos to all of my family in Vietnam, like, oh my gosh, like, this is Anna's video, everybody watch it. And I get a little shy and embarrassed about that because I don't think my family in Vietnam really knows about my small business like that, but I think it's the sweetest thing ever. Now that I have the top part done, you can see that the base is short, and I like my bouquets to be able to stand up on a shelf like this so people can like lean it against a wall. So I actually take 2 pieces of just printer paper, and I will make a base out of it to lengthen it and help it stand up so it doesn't fall over. I do the printer paper. I use 2 pieces so it's nice and strong, and then I do the floral paper over top so you don't even see the printer paper. It's just there for support. But yeah, if you can't tell that I'm a new YouTuber, in my first video I recorded, I don't know if you saw my first video, I recorded the whole thing in 1080p, which apparently is really bad. I have no idea how to use camera stuff. I just turn it on and record. And then in my second video, my audio cut out for like half of the clips, and I didn't realize how much audio makes a huge difference in your videos, and it was so hard for me to deal with. So now I'm just staring at the little mic sign, and I'm terrified of the audio cutting out. I mean, I'm learning something new every time I record a video, so hopefully it'll be nice to see them get better and better and better. These beginning stages are pretty rough. I'm also making sure that I'm pretty high energy when I record videos. Like I feel like I'm in a very good mood right now, so I wanted to record. In my last video, for some reason, I was so tired. My poor fiance, he kept having to edit the video, and he had to cut out so much because I kept messing up my words. It was really hard for him to edit it together to make it go smoothly, because I would say something and mess it up, and then I wouldn't even fix what I was saying. So he would just, I don't know how he did it, but hopefully this video will be a little bit easier for him to edit. I think I'm doing a better job at talking. Also, it's hard for me to make petals and multitask, and I feel like when I'm standing here, I'm able to multitask better for some reason than when I'm making petals, which are quite a bit more intricate. If you also make long form content, or you're a YouTuber and you have any tips for me on how to be better at recording, how to edit better, what kind of shots you think are important, even if you're not a YouTuber and there's anything specific you want to see or to help me with my content, I would love for you to leave a comment down below and let me know, because I'm always open to learning and I won't take it in a hard way or anything like that. I appreciate your guys' feedback and your help so much. So that is the paper base I was talking about, and now it'll be able to stand up, and then I'm just going to wrap it with some floral paper, and then I just need to add a ribbon, and this will be all ready to pack up to ship out. For branding, I have these little fuzzy flower garden tags I like to put, where the ribbon goes, right here. I used to put a sticker that said Fuzzy Flower Garden up here, but I figured the tag looks a bit more elevated, and if someone really doesn't want it, like if it ruins their bouquet's aesthetic, it's easy to remove instead of having to rip off a sticker. There is one bouquet all done. Voila, there's my first order done, and I have a few more bouquets to do, so let's move on to the next one. These are two separate orders. I have two of my sunflower bouquets. This is really interesting because these are also an old bouquet design, which weren't a part of my Valentine's Day launch. So I don't know if an old video of mine went viral or something for people to order these, because I haven't made these in a long time, but I'm excited to do it again. I love sunflowers. They'll always hold a special little place in my heart. So it has 4 sunflowers and 4 little daisies, and then I like to wrap it in some craft paper because I feel like it makes it feel a bit more natural looking, since sunflowers are kind of farmy and natural. And I have to show you guys this, but I love wrapping paper that has lines on it so that you can follow the grid and cut perfectly straight lines. I don't know why every wrapping paper doesn't just have that. It's so useful. Yeah, I just cut this into smaller pieces. The way I wrap my sunflowers is a bit different, but I basically wrap my sunflowers like this, just with 2 pieces. I secretly can't wait for Valentine's Day season to be over so I can make little mini pots again, just because I miss them so much. And I'm actually planning on trying to do consignment next month, which I'm really excited for. I've never done consignment before, but I need to build inventory for it. The consignment I'm doing is I just put my products there, and then every time one of my items is sold, they get a percentage of it, and then I'll get the rest of it. So I need to prepare a lot of products for that, so I don't have to keep on going back there to restock. But that's not until April, hopefully. So I have a bit of time to get ready for that. But I'm really excited. Something I've been questioning a lot is whether if this were my full-time job, do I physically have it in me to make enough flowers to sell enough? Because handmade items, it takes so long, and I don't know what capacity I'm able to work at, so this will be a nice little way to test the waters and see if I'm able to keep up with restocking consignment. Because if I can't restock a little store with my products, how am I going to be able to restock like a whole market booth? But then again, I'm also working full-time right now, so I can't really show my full potential. When I watch YouTube videos, I just watch basically any small business owner, and I have them in the background while I work. So I'm really curious what kind of people are watching my YouTube videos. If you're someone who wants to be a small business owner, if you have a small business, if you like crafts, if you just like watching vlogs or what. So if you let me know in the comments, that would be amazing. Bouquet wrapping drives me crazy. And of course, for Valentine's Day, people are gonna buy bouquets. I had someone ask me how I learned how to make pipe cleaner flowers, and I just watched videos online for hours and hours and hours and hours and just tried making it myself. There wasn't any course that I took or any special training or anything like that. I've always felt like I'm the kind of person where if there's a tutorial on how to do something, I can do it. I will try anything if there's a YouTube tutorial on it before I get it professionally done, which is why I love sharing videos of myself making them on the internet. A lot of people say to me, like, you shouldn't share tutorials, people are going to steal your business and they're going to copy you and this and that. But everything I learned is on the internet. If they really wanted to make them, they could find out, you know. And I have tweaked a lot of my flowers to what works for me, so I guess the way I do it is different, is something that I created, but I'm not the inventor of pipe cleaner flowers, so it doesn't feel right for me to gatekeep how to make them. And it's such a fun craft to do. I wish everyone could make pipe cleaner flowers and enjoy it as much as I do. So I just need to add some ribbon to this, and I think it'll be good. I haven't done a sunflower bouquet in a long time, so I was a little bit rusty. The way I measure the length of my ribbon for my bouquets, it used to drive me crazy because I would always cut them and then I would tie it and it would be way too short or way too long and then I'd have to cut the ends off. But I found if I go like this and I extend one arm all the way out and one arm, my shoulder, armpit, and then I cut it, it's usually perfect length. And then we're gonna put the little tag on. And then before I ship them out, I take a lighter and light the edges of the ribbon so that it's not all frayed like this. But that is my sunflower bouquet all finished. And then I have one more I'm gonna wrap, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I feel like I kind of treat my vlogs as like a video diary to myself. And sometimes I don't know like what I should and shouldn't talk about because I don't know what's too personal and what isn't. But another thing I've been working on is being less like critical of myself. I find that when I make content and I have to look at myself a ton, I find that I'm like nitpicking little things and I don't like how I look in this angle and oh, my hair looks crazy in this angle, and I find that I'm focusing too much on how I look, how I sound, and just trying to be perfect. And so I'm trying to work on being nicer to myself. I'm trying to do this thing where if I wouldn't say it to someone else, I shouldn't say it to myself. I would never tell someone that they're not working hard enough or they sound stupid when they talk, and I'm trying to practice being kinder to myself, just love myself a bit more. And I think that's something that I really didn't realize I would get out of starting a small business, how much confidence it's given me and how much love for myself it's given me to, you know, prove to myself that I'm able to do the thing I dream of. You know, if I try my hardest, I can do things. Sometimes I feel like a bit of imposter syndrome where I don't feel like I belong in the place that I am, and I'll tell myself it's all luck and you didn't actually do anything to deserve this and this and that. But I'm trying to be a lot nicer to myself. So hopefully I'll be able to see myself grow my videos. Not that I put any of those things in the videos to really see. I think even from this video versus my last video, maybe you can see I'm radiating a bit more positivity and trying to be nicer to myself. My fiance says I touch my hair a lot in my videos. Like apparently before every single clip, I'm always like this and readjusting my hair, but I feel like my face is really round and I hate my hair behind my ears, but I'm not going to care anymore, just like I said, so I'm going to stop touching it for the rest of the video. I'm catching myself in real time not practicing, saying what I said I would practice, and I'm just going to leave my hair alone. I find it's hard running a small business outside of my full-time job, mainly because I work every other weekend because I work in healthcare as a personal support worker, which I think is called a nurse's aide in other countries. In the summertime, anytime I want to do markets, I only have like every other weekend to do, and so it's been kind of hard to juggle. So I'm really curious about how this summer is gonna look and whether or not I'll still be working this full-time job. Summer is very close, so I'm sure not much will change, but I'm really hoping to do more markets if I'm able to, because I really love the St. Jacob's market here in Canada, in Ontario. So I'm really hoping I could do that one more, but I'm also very scared of leaving my job before I'm ready. Okay, I wrapped 3 bouquets so far, and I also have 1 order for a mini pot, which I think I already have. So to clear off the table a little bit, because I'm running out of space to put bouquets, I'm going to write the thank you cards for them, and then I'm going to pack them up, and then I'll start with the other orders so that at least I'll have some orders completely ready to go for tomorrow. First bouquet, which is this beautiful pink and white premium assorted bouquet. This one is going to Lucas, who is, I think they're from Ontario, Jerseyville, Ontario, Canada, which I'm not sure how far that is from me. Thank you so much for your order, Lucas. I hope that whoever you give them to loves them. So I'm gonna write a thank you card right now. Hey Siri, how do I spell recipient? I know that I should know how to spell that, but I just wanted to be double sure. I've been out of school for a while. Okay, so for Lucas's positivity card, it says, be the change you want to see in the world, with a little bee on it. And I think that's so cute. And I'm going to give him this little cow sticker. I actually think I'm going to box this up and then just write the order number on it now so that later I can just go through and print them all. I get a lot of questions asking the size of my box, but I figured I would say it. It confuses me because I think everyone's bouquets would be different sizing depending on how you make it, but that helps anyone at 17 by 14 by 5. And luckily, pipe cleaner flowers are really light, which helps with the cost of shipping. The boxes are really big, so that kind of counteracts with it a little bit. And I'm starting to get the hang of this tape thing, so let's use that. No. Okay, I hate that tape thing. So what I do to package my bouquets, you obviously can't just throw them in the box because they're just going to flop around and ruin all the paper. So what I do is I put the tape and then I will poke 2 holes in like the center area of it. This is just a random oyster shutter that I have. It's clean, obviously. Then I take a piece of twine and I will feed it through the box. I know this probably isn't the best angle for you to see, but I'd like to think my videos are more like FaceTime with your friend style rather than like, I don't know, really good shots and angles. So I put the string through the holes and then I pull them through the other side like this. This is horrible. And then I will put the bouquet. Oh my god, my fiance is gonna kill me over this footage. And then I'll put the bouquet in between the strings like this, and I'll tie it really tightly so that the flower is stuck against the box and it won't move. And that's how I keep it nice and secure. So I'm just gonna tie that down. Okay, so I just tied it, and now you can see it's tied and it's like floating, and when I shake it, it doesn't go anywhere, so the paper doesn't get ruined. You just want to make sure it's tied nice and tightly. But voila! And then I'll just put my note in and close it up. I've decided I give up on that tape. I'm just going to use good old-fashioned tape and scissors because I can't figure out how to use that one. If this end wants to come off, when someone gets their order, all they have to do is cut the twine and then their bouquet will be free for them to grab. Old-fashioned tape and hands and scissors so much better. Look how nice and smooth that is. And then look how crazy the back looks. Or maybe it's just user error and I'm doing it wrong. But there is my first order all done, and I'll just cut it. And then I'm just gonna write the order number on it so that later on when I'm printing the packages, I know which one is which. So I will write that on there, and then I will move on to the next one. I don't know if this is the most efficient way to pack and ship orders. Like I've said, I've only been doing this for like 6 months, I think. I launched my website in August, 6 months ago, so I'm quite new to the packing and shipping and fulfilling orders thing. So if you know of a better process, let me know. All of my packages are different weights and sizes, so I do have to print the shipping labels all separately. And on to the next one. And just to update you guys, it's currently 9:15. It took me an hour to wrap 3 bouquets and package 1 of them so far. This next one is going to Amy, who lives in Las Vegas. I'm gonna write her note and package up her sunflower bouquet. Thank you so much for your order, Amy. Oh my gosh, so this next bouquet, which is another sunflower bouquet, it's going all the way to Australia. This person asked me to write a card for this bouquet, so I guess it's going straight to the recipient. The message is so sweet. This is my first time someone's ever asked me to write a card for them, so that's really sweet. I think I have a card that I think I want to use instead of just writing it on one of my regular cards. So I have these little cards that I always just have on hand because I like writing cards for people and just in case something like this happens. And this one has a little bunny holding a love sign on it, so I think that would be sweet to write it on. It means so much to me that people choose my business and my flowers to be a part of their special day like this. I just feel so great, so happy. I can't believe this is my life right now, that I get to do this and help make flowers for people's Valentine's Day gifts. I wish I could see every person opening their box and seeing their flowers. It is so sweet. And I hope I never get like numb to this feeling, because every time I open my phone and there's a new order, it just amazes me. It makes my day. So I hope I feel like this forever, no matter how big I get or no matter how many orders I get. It means so much to me. There's no other way I would rather be spending my night off. I obviously love flowers. Everyone loves flowers, but I hate when they would die. Like, I always felt bad when they would die because I felt like, you know, money was just going to waste. But my fiance would buy me flowers and then it would just die a few weeks later. So I would always ask him to buy me like a plant that would live for a few months, like a potted flower or a potted plant for Valentine's Day, just so I could hold on to it for a bit longer. Even those, they would always end up dying because I do not have a green thumb at all. Now that I make flowers and our house is covered in flowers, I don't really need him to get me any flowers or anything like that. So we just like to go on a date every year. And last year we stayed in Mississauga and we spent like the night in Toronto and went out to eat and we went mini golfing. And so I think that's sort of become our new tradition ever since I started making flowers. And I feel like going on dates is nice. I feel like memories stick in your head better than gifts do. Like, honestly can't remember a lot of the gifts I've gotten. So for my next order, I actually have a little sunflower mini pot, which I haven't sold in a while. I've only been having bouquets, so this is really nice. And this is going to Stuart, who lives in the United Kingdom. This sunflower is actually the reason why I have so many followers on Instagram. I made a video making this sunflower and it went viral, and I think I said before I got like 13 million views on Instagram from it. Yeah, I owe a lot to this little sunflower. I think it's so cute and it's always going to hold a really special place in my heart. I actually have a tutorial on my YouTube. My first 2 videos, it's how to make the pot in depth and how to make the sunflower. So if you wanted to learn how to make it, I do have some videos up. I also sell the supplies on my website if you wanted to buy the supplies to make it. I sell everything. I sell the cup, I sell the wire, the tape, and the pipe cleaners. Or you could also just buy the sunflower pre-made from me. But I like to wrap it in corrugated wrap roll, just like this. Because nothing can really hit the flower like this and it stays nice and secure. And then you have to mark every product leaving Canada with a Made in Canada sticker actually on the product and on the box. So this way I'm able to put my Made in Canada sticker on here and it counts, and I don't have to put it on the actual flower, which is nice. And then I'll just wrap this with twine as well. I would love to have like custom beautiful wrapping one day to make it like a whole experience unboxing my products. I know people, you know, have like the water tape on their boxes and they have like the pink tissue paper with their brand and everything. And I would love to do that one day, but I am just starting out, so I am in my beginning stages, and I find, you know, this works nice. Like, you're still unwrapping something. There's still a lot of love and care put into it. And it's nice because you can recycle it, and it's, you know, I'm limiting as much waste as possible. I would love to get there one day, but I also feel like sometimes simple is just fine, and it's packaging at the end of the day. It just gets thrown out, and people only see it for a second. So I feel like a lot of people kind of hold back because they feel like, oh, I don't have all the money to do all the packaging, and I don't have the money for all the labels and this and that, and I completely understand that, and I try to save costs where I can too, but I also feel like sometimes you don't really have to overcomplicate it. I've never had a single person complain about the way I package my items or feel like I'm not doing enough. And okay, so I have my 4 packages here, 3 bouquets and 1 little mini pot. I just need to print all the labels and stick them on, and then I'll be ready to bring them to the post office tomorrow. But I think I'm gonna call it a night after that because all of my other orders I still need to make out of pipe cleaner, so that'll take me a little while. Thank you guys so much for joining me today and hanging out with me while I pack these orders for Valentine's Day. I would love it if you like or comment. Let me know what video you want to see from me next, or some advice you want to give me as a new small business owner. If you want to see any of my short form content of me making these orders and some of my tutorials, you can follow me on my other social media platforms, which I have in my description, or you can just search up Fuzzyflowergarden because it's the same on all platforms. I can't wait for the next video, and thank you so much for joining. So let me know what kind of videos you want to see from me next, or if you're just enjoying these chit chat style vlog videos. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Thank you.